must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
All right, a very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us this morning on the People's Court. My name is Miriam Ogutu, and the conversation we shall be having right now is the merits and the demerits of the 6 judges remaining in the judiciary. As we know, last week, President Uhuru Kenyatta appointed 34 out of the 40 judges nominated by the Judicial Service Commission for appointment to Superior Court and declined to appoint 6 of them. The head of state, however, declined the nomination of Justice Agri Muchelule, George Odunga, Weldon Koril, and Professor Joel Ngugi, who were to join the Court of Appeal. The 5-judge bench, comprising of Justice Joel Ngugi, George Odunga, Julius Nga, Chacha Mwita, and Teresia Matheka, will go down in history as one that disrupted a political process, which as such might consider the move that has never been witnessed in Kenya's young democracy. And so the president's refusal to appoint, to swear in these 6 judges has become a subject of debate, a debate that has refused to go away. And so we will continue with it because it's a very important national conversation. And to lead us through this show from the Political Command Center is Dr. David Matanga. Okay, so as we wait for him to be ready, I think we had a part of this discussion in the morning, and of course of the 6 judges that President Uhuru Kenyatta did not swear in. There are 2 outstanding charges that have made Kenyans have a lot of things to say. So let's just look at some of the background of these 2 judges. That will be George Odunga as well as the rest. And so George Odunga, a man who has been serving a life, one of the sentences that he made, one of the rulings that he made of a man who was having a life imprisonment, a sentence after he was convicted of incest 8 years ago, has been set free after new evidence emerged exonerating him in a landmark judgment delivered by Justice George Odunga in Machakos. Julius Wambua Musyoka was allowed to walk to freedom after the court quashed the jail sentence meted on him on January 24th, 2021 by a principal magistrate court in Kithimani. So Justice Odunga overturned that ruling and directed that Wambua be freed on a 30,000 Kenya shillings cash bail pending a fresh trial. This is just one of those cases that attracted a national conversation also that Justice Odunga got to rule on. I think Dr. Matanga is ready to join us now. Dr. Aria, very good morning to you, and I just take it over from here. All right, I'm told he's not ready yet. And another judge that was left out from that swearing in is Justice Agri Muchelule, and one of the cases that he presided over on November 5th, Justice Agri Muchelule threw out a lawyer who claimed to represent Michael after Mutunga's attorney indicated that his wife was already represented in court. Lawyer Lawrence Mtabu caused confusion after filing a notice of his appointment. Justice Muchelule ordered Lawyer Mbabu to formalize the process of his appointment. Mutunga and ex-wife parted ways 2012 after the High Court ruled in his favor months after he was appointed Chief Justice. So that is another case there. And also Judge Chacha Mwite, a High Court Judge Chacha Mwite, had to defend himself before the Judicial Service Commission after a petition was filed seeking his ouster, and Justice Mwita came under pressure over a ruling in which he ordered police to give back a businessman Jimmy Wanjigi his guns, which had been confiscated at his Muthaiga home in October 2017. The petitioner, Zach Kinuthia, wanted the commission, chaired by Chief Justice David Maraga, to convict the judge of incompetence. and amounting to a violation of the Constitution, gross misconduct, and ethics and oath of office. And detectives raided Wanjigi's residence and confiscated four Glock pistols, one Smith and Wesson pistol, a mini Archer assault rifle fitted with a laser. We all remember that incident back a few years ago. But Chacha, in his judgment, which he delivered on 21st June 2019, said the state acted irrationally by carrying away the businessman's guns while he still held a valid license to keep the same. Very well. Another judge that President Uhuru Kenyatta refused to appoint and to swear in is Teresia Matheka. The High Court ruled that the child, there's a time ruled on this case where a child was involved, and the High Court ruled that the child identified as RMM as part of the court's protection of minors should benefit from her late grandmother's estate since her father had also passed on. That is one of the things that that judge ruled on, and well done, Koril. He's the High Court the High Court temporarily stopped the hearing of the two cases against Governor Sonko in Kiambu and Kamiti, and he was the one presiding over that. And Justice Weldon Kirul said Sonko had established that his prosecution by the state subsequent to his comments in a political rally held in January 2021 did not accord him the constitutional requirements. And finally, Joel Ngugi, the judge, recently delivered a judgment for Jane Muthoni, a woman accused of sending hitmen to kill her husband. I think we all remember that, who was a principal at Kiiru Boys High School. And we know that he also ruled in the BBI case where they say that the BBI process is unconstitutional. So that is just a bit of a background of the 6 judges that President Uhuru Kenyatta did not swear in, and even after they were cleared by the Judicial Service Commission. So joining me this morning is Douglas Kirimi. Douglas, a very good morning to you. Douglas, good morning.
A very good morning to you, Miriam Ogutu, and also to my co-panelists.
All right, so we had this conversation earlier, so I think we will continue.
A very good morning to you, Miriam.
Could you switch back to audio, because we seem to be having a problem with your connection there. All right.
Thank you for being
All right, so I'll just revisit one of the conversations we had earlier on, and the story is on page 8 of the Daily Nation. 2 judges speak after the rejection. 2 of 4 judges whose nominations to the Court of Appeal were rejected by President Uhuru Kenyatta have broken their silence over the unexplained allegations and that they have integrity questions. Okay, so Doctor, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Are you ready, Doctor? I was waiting for you. I take it on from here. All right. I apologize for that confusion. Doctor, we are waiting for you so that we can continue. Can you hear me, Doctor?
I hear you, Miriam.
Yes, so yes, I was just waiting for you.
I'm sorry for today has been a messy day, all of us are messed up.
Okay.
But it is look, my point is this, about the merits and demerits. From the people's opinion, the people's court, the merits are not there. The demerits are more than the merits. There's no merit of a judge who has been fingered out by the final man of a state, who is the President of the Republic of Kenya. And he has said he has evidence about you. It is like your church priest, a especially the Catholic priest. When we go to the Catholic priest to say, I am telling you my sins. I committed adultery yesterday. Then the Catholic priest will tell you, you have told him and said, I know you have hidden something else. You did something else. You stole somebody's money, which you are not telling me. Miriam, do you have credibility anymore? If the bishop or the church or the pope kisses your feet and you fail to deliver peace, do you have credibility? The bishop, that's why Salva Kiir and Riek Machar had to deliver peace to hold. Otherwise, they will not be there. People will be saying, surely, even when the bishop, the pope has kissed your feet, you people come together? So if the president of the country has stood up, turned around, and said, hello, Mr. President, has said he has got classified intelligence reports that indicate that they are serious, high, immoral character against the judges. If I were the judges, Miriam, let's not even waste much time, let's summarize it. I would seek one route. And that route, Miriam, is I go home and start preparing for my legal private practice. Can I repeat that? Go slowly. If I were one of the judges mentioned, fingered out by the president, and told that you will not be, I will not sign, just wait for the next president, maybe he could sign. But not this one. Because the head of state also, if he now accepts to these judges, I'm now telling you the consequences. If now the head of state succumbs to the pressure to sign the document, the people are going to doubt the head of state for the failure, for telling them that the judges had some difficulties. Then you bent down and signed them into our judiciary. 2, no client, no court process can take place. If any lawyer is going before Odunga will just say, Mr. Odunga, Judge Odunga, Honorable Judge, I ask you to excuse yourself, remove yourself from this case because you have got credibility problems. So for the interest of the country and the interest of smooth running, let the Chief Justice take these guys aside as they sort their mess. We are not saying they are guilty. But what we are saying is that they can now sort their mess. Medium, so that they can come back. That is one of the faces. Let me hear what Douglas can say.
Okay. Douglas Kiremi. Doc is saying they should go sort their mess and then perhaps come out and tell us what's going on. But, you know, as we read in the morning, said he's not even aware what he's being accused of.
Miriam, thank you. And I agree with what the doctor said. When you look at this controversial list of the 6 judges today, it is not something to write home about. And at this point, the integrity is already dented. And the only thing they can do, even a tribunal cannot save them now. If the president has intelligence on these people, they need to also quit where they are serving today, Miriam. Because at the end of the day, even a tribunal, which tribunal is going to save you from a a report that warranted the president not to appoint you, even when people clearly say so. So Miriam, me, I have no kind words for them. I can only tell them their time is up. They need not to keep pressuring the president on that. And at the end of the day, if Kenyans realize what they have done, grave mistakes, Kenyans might recommend other things that we don't want to do. They can as well retire peacefully and go home to their children and grandchildren. Because at this point, Miriam, it has reached the point of no return. So I can only wish them well in their lives, but they can no longer continue serving and dispensing justice to the people of Kenya. If they cannot be able to serve at the Court of Appeal, even their Rata station, even their former stations, Miriam, or where they are presently, can no longer, water can no longer hold, the center can no longer hold. Things are falling apart for these judges, and I can only wish them well. They need to look for something else to do. The same thing can apply to me. If my integrity is dented, I should be given a break. And for me, my only recommendation, because the merits of these judges being in office versus demerits, the demerits are too many. They need to go now, because even public confidence has disappeared from them. For example, if I have a case today, why would I go before those particular judges? I fear that whatever they have been doing and made them not to be appointed to the next level might work against me, and I may not receive justice. And remember, Miriam, these people are supposed to dispense justice to the people of Kenya. The rights of Kenyans should be protected by these judges. But how sure justice and justice is going to be dispensed without fear or favor to anyone that is involved? So Miriam, for me, I can only wish them to go, because their public confidence has already disappeared from them. Only a few activists who are talking about these judges, and they are talking about them protecting their jobs and their integrity. If your integrity is in question, Miriam, and the NIS or any other body, government institution has given the president a report, the president is not acting with the bias as far as these judges are concerned. He should have dismissed the whole case if he is just acting on bias. Actually, most of these people, I know the president does not know them at personal level. He knows that they are judicial officers because they are officers in his own government. So Miriam, they can only go home now and look for something else to do, Miriam.
All right, thank you so much. And now most of the judgments are these two, according to a story today on the Daily Nation. Judge George Odunga and Joel Ngugi, most of the judgment were perceived to be anti-establishment, the latest being the declaration that President Uhuru Kenyatta has violated the Constitution by attempting to amend it through the Building Bridges initiative. They were part of the 5-judge bench that ruled that the BBI was illegal and unconstitutional, top on the list of the decision made by Justice Odunga in 2017 judgment, in which he declared the IEBC illegally appointed 290 returning officers, potentially rendering the repeat presidential election of October 26th and 2017 irregular. Another case that he handled was challenging the constitutionality of a raft of security laws that Parliament passed in a chaotic session 3 years ago, following a wave of terrorist attacks in Nairobi and other parts of the country. He declared that some segments of the legislation are unconstitutional, attracting the wrath of the ruling Jubilee Party's members of Parliament who labelled him an activist judge. The Court of Appeal upheld his decision in its entirety, easing the pressure on him. In 2020, this is Judge Odunga. He annulled the popular Kamata Friday arrest, where suspects are deliberately arrested on Fridays and kept in police custody over the weekend. Justice Odunga in December 2017 also quashed the government's decision to register a civil society group, Africa Center for Open Governance, AFRICOG, and arrest its directors for allegedly operating illegally in the country. And in 2018, Justice Odunga was awarded the Jurist of the Year award by the International Commission of Jurists, which described him as a consistent, fearless, and impartial. And in January 2017, Jubilee members of Parliament were planning to discuss the conduct of the judge over claims that he had been delivering ruling that was sympathetic to the opposition called coalition. For Justice Ngugi, Among the top cases he has handled is the detention of Kapseret Member of Parliament Oscar Sudi over alleged hate speech and offensive conduct in September last year. The judge quashed a decision of the state to detain the MP pending answering of all the charges. And of course, Justice Ngugi, while stopping arrest or detention of the MP known for criticizing government, said the detention was a radical remedy of addressing public order, peace and security. Prior to joining the judiciary, Professor Ngugi was based at the University of Washington, Seattle, where he taught law. So that is just a bit of a background of these two judges that have had, that Kenyans having conversations about over why President Uhuru Kenyatta refused to swear them in and to appoint them. Doc, as we conclude. All right, I take it Doctor is not there. So I think that is where we shall end.
I'm here. I'm here, Miriam.
Yeah.
As we conclude, as you were saying, I was hearing you, but I did not put on my microphone. You can cry and cry and cry, but there is always justice. You can get justice, and that justice can be obtained in the same court. What we have said much earlier is that these judges go to the same court. But I don't think the president can, at the moment, with the information that is available, that is not already declassified. We need a process. It's long to declassify. The lawyers of National Intelligence Services will come and say, no, this Ministry of Interior, we can't declassify this. We got it from our sources, or he might have a clue and go and damage or kill the witnesses. As far as I'm concerned, the cases like people who have drug links with FBI, they are being wanted.
Okay, a bit of a technical hitch there from a doctor's side. Just a bit of a technical hitch. So is doctor, can you hear me? Good morning.
Fighting for me. Kenyatta is not going to sign. President Kenyatta has told you he will not sign. And I've been telling people here, Miriam, and they think I'm a madman. I told you Article 166 2C empowers the president to look into those chapters and find out what is wrong with these things. If the president cannot go to JSC and start telling Judicial Service Commission, okay, I want to ask one question, Miriam Douglas, and those listening. Have you ever seen the president asking the Public Service Commission, why did you appoint so and so? Why did you appoint so and so? That's after appointing the chairman and the board of members of the Public Service Commission. Does the president ask them how they should, whom should be appointed? No. Anger. And they finish their anger on one aspect. Finish their anger on, do you know, Miriam? Finish your anger on JSC. That existed there. Why did they leave these guys with bad record? Then they were caught at the last minute when it is like you are in a marathon. You are in a relay. You are representing Kenya. And God forbid this should not happen. You take drugs. But at the beginning, the machine does not detect your drugs. Okay? But after winning the relay, because before you go to the relay line, there must be somebody to take your doping, your urine, and all the stool to make sure that you don't have any tested drugs within enhancing drugs for running. But if you go through by accident, and you arrive somewhere, Miriam, there is another stage. That's why as soon as you win 100 gold medal, immediately people run to your room to take your stool and your urine samples. Why? It is the common law. So, Miriam, what has happened between the starting point and the ending point? Something there was nothing dropped. God did not drop anything in the middle there. Am I wrong? But they are just trying to check to find out. Mnasikilize mzuri, they are finding out that this man possessed enhancing drugs. The answer yes or no. They will just find out. So the president was simply checking. He was checking on the names. Are these the real names? Do they do exist? Then in the process looks at also his intelligence. It says, judge number 7, akona matatizo. The other one is a rapist. I told you there is one. It's rumored that someone is almost raped a female, or did rape, or reached to the point of raping, or has been trying to rape all female counterparts whenever they go out for public meetings in the coast, in the western region, in Kisumu, in all these places. So there you are, Miriam. I want to conclude that the merits are few. People will come and refuse to see you, and there will be a lot of ramifications coming from the prisoners who have been sentenced by these judges whose credibility has been dented. I rest my case by saying the demerits are many, more than merits. So if I were them, I would first resign and then go to court to ask whoever alleged to start alleging and produce evidence. Full stop. Thank you. That is the conscience of political science. God bless.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. David Matanga and Douglas Kirime. And with what Doctor has said there, that marks the end of our show. This just a minute at the top of the hour here in Nairobi. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.
And we are very sorry for
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.